Alrighty then. Hello everyone and welcome to the review of looking at the results of the Royal Rumble 2018, the first of the main pay-per-views for 2018 for the main roster of the WWE, as we obviously will be having a history-making moment. It's the 30 years of Royal Rumble, this particular Royal Rumble, as it's the 30th anniversary season, and there's a lot of stuff going on, so let's take a look. Now, of course, we start with the six cruiserweight tag team matchup, where Kalisto would team up with Graham Metcalfe and Lance Dore to take on TJ Perkins, Drew Gallus, and Jack Gallows, and Kalisto's team would end up beating TJ Perkins' team in the as part of the six-man tag cruiserweight match, which took place during the Royal Rumble kickoff show. And then, so obviously, Kalisto's team ends up becoming victorious in this pre-cruiserweight match for the Royal Rumble. And then eventually, we would continue the kickoff with the Revival having their debut at the Royal Rumble, taking on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, who last year, they won the Raw Tag Team Championships last Royal Rumble. This year, they're obviously the goodies now. They're with Finn Balor, of course, and because they decided to take on the Revival at the Royal Rumble, and the Revival manages to beat them, getting their revenge on Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson for beating them during the Raw's 25th anniversary show during the week. And then eventually that would lead to the kickoff United States Championship match, where new US champion Bobby Roode would take on Mojo Rawley, as Mojo Rawley challenged Bobby Roode to a championship match, and Bobby Roode manages to beat Mojo Rawley as he continues to be the glorious United States champion. So that's a good stuff for him, of course. And then, of course, we come to the very first match of the Royal Rumble 2018, which was for the WWE Championship. AJ Styles not only having one man to deal with, but two men. Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn, the best friends as they refer themselves to, would challenge AJ Styles to the WWE Championship, and of course, the controversial handicap match would lead to AJ Styles winning the handicap match, beating both Owens and Sami Zayn, as he remains WWE champion heading into WrestleMania. So that's good to see. It looks like AJ Styles will finally get a chance to will probably have the opportunity to go to WrestleMania as WWE champion for the first time. For him, he may have the opportunity to lead to WrestleMania as the WWE champion. And then, of course, that will lead to the... of course, that would lead to the 2 out of 3 Falls SmackDown Tag Team Championship match, where the Usos would challenge Chance Gable and Shelton Benjamin for the SmackDown Tag Team Championships. And of course, the Usos had proved them wrong during the match, as they beat them in the 2 out of 3 falls, and they would leave the Royal Rumble still the SmackDown Tag Team Champions, as Chance Gable and Shelton Benjamin unsuccessful on winning the SmackDown Tag Championships, as the Usos proved to them that they are ready for anything. And then, of course, we come to the next tag titles match, which is for the Raw Tag Team Championships, where the Bar, known as Cesaro and Sheamus, would challenge Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan for the Raw Tag Team Championships. And of course, once again, Cesaro and Sheamus would once again reclaim their Raw Tag Team Championships at the Royal Rumble, as they defeated Seth Rollins and Jason Jordan to become a 4-time Raw Tag Team Champions, as they're becoming a very dominated force on Monday Night Raw to be reckoned with. And then eventually that would lead to the Universal Championship match where Brock Lesnar would have a challenge of his own to take on Kane and, of course, Braun Strowman, as both men are looking to win the Universal Championship heading into WrestleMania. And, of course, for Brock Lesnar, he continues to remain the Universal Champion as he headlines New Orleans, as may very well be heading to New Orleans as the Universal Champion, as he hopes to proceed to WrestleMania. So then we, of course, we come to the first of the Royal Rumbles, being the very first ever Women's Royal Rumble match. The first time ever the Women's Royal Rumble is taking place, which is absolutely incredible. And it's just amazing. It was amazing to see, to be able to witness it in front of the world. It's amazing. Like I said, it was a really big moment for many WWE superstars. It was incredible for the stars, to say for the least. So, in terms of superstars who took part in the Royal Rumble, as you may ask, well, we had a couple of surprise entries, particularly Lita made an appearance, who entered at number 5. And then we had Tori Wilson, who entered at number 9. Molly Holly, another familiar face from the past, entered at number 12. And then The Undertaker's wife, Michelle McCool, showed up in the Royal Rumble. So did Vicky Guerrero. I know most people are not really keen on Vicky Guerrero, but she did show up nevertheless. And then we also had Kelly Kelly become a part of the match. Jacqueline, Trish Stratus's friend, took part. Beth Phoenix, who obviously back in the days when she was a part of WWE with Natalya, were referred to as the Divas of Doom. So it was nice to see that reunion in the match. Nikki Bella was in there. Brie Bella had a chance to compete. And, of course, Trish Stratus also took part as well. But not only did those lot took part, but also we had some members of NXT that took part as well, including the NXT Women's Champion Ember Moon surprised us all and actually appeared in the match. We also had Cara Sun, the winner of the Mae Young Classics, would finally make an appearance. And yeah, so it was really nice to see some of these faces taking part in the match. And of course, the guest commentator, Stephanie McMahon, would commentate the fact that she would commentate the match, and it was a big moment for her because she made the vision of the Women's Royal Rumble match. So you have to give Stephanie McMahon credit where it's due for making this match possible at the Royal Rumble. I'm glad that she did it because this was definitely a most welcome surprise. I can tell you now, it's incredible. But if you think. However, though, of course, Asuka would win the first ever Women's Royal Rumble match, which this is history in the making for her. She's the very first winner of the very first Women's Royal Rumble match. She'll go down in history now as being the very first woman to ever win a Royal Rumble match, which is incredible just to think that Asuka was the very first woman to win. Amazing. But if you think that these surprise entries were good enough and Asuka winning the Royal Rumble was good enough, it gets even more crazier than it gets. Oh my goodness. Just a few seconds after Asuka wins the Royal Rumble, who ends up showing up in WWE's doors? A UFC Women's Champion herself, Ronda flipping Rousey. I mean, no one saw. Everyone was speculating for months about this woman appearing in WWE, and people were like, "No, this ain't gonna happen." Ronda Rousey just has been turning down offers on WWE for years. Like, she's gonna go back to UFC, but then all of a sudden, she shows up in WWE. She shows up at the Royal Rumble and she points at the WrestleMania sign. And you're like, and even Asuka's face can tell you the story how mad this moment was. Fans were shocked. She was surprised. Even Alexa Bliss was like, "What am I supposed to say about this?" I mean, this is just mental. And obviously, Charlotte was she was like, somebody who I bumped into during the Mae Young Classic, huh? And in fact, that's interesting because remember back in the Mae Young Classic, Charlotte, Bayley, and Becky Lynch actually bumped into Ronda Rousey during the Mae Young Classic, and many people were speculating whether we could see like Ronda Rousey's four horsewomen versus the four horsewomen of WWE. I mean, it's possible. It's possible that could happen, but then at the same time, it begs the question now: is she here more than just bringing her four horsewomen to WWE, or is it because she actually wants to be a champion? Because it feels to me like she's after a championship, like she's after being the first UFC person to not only step in a WWE ring, but also to win a women's title in the company, which is, it's possible. I mean, people had goosebumps when they saw this moment. They didn't even expect Ronda Rousey to show up. They didn't expect her to be there or anything. Nobody expected it until it happened, and everyone was like, literally, everyone was losing their minds when they saw Ronda Rousey. They were like, is this really happening? And in fact, she's even done a video talking about her WrestleMania plans, and I wouldn't be surprised if she says, "Oh yeah, I'm actually interested in holding a women's championship at a WrestleMania." Wouldn't be surprised if she goes after a women's title now. Wouldn't be surprised, because it feels to me like she's going to be one of these people who kicks down the door of WWE and takes the championship of her choosing. Even though Asuka's won the Royal Rumble, she'll probably go, it might lead to the fact that, Asuka may get lucky to choose a championship match, but then at the same time, what's the possibility of Asuka choosing one champion and Ronda Rousey going for the other? It's possible. It's possible. So once Asuka's chose her her champion to go for, then she'll Ronda Rousey will probably pick up the next one and say, "Hey, look, challenge me. I'm up for a fight." But yeah, I still can't believe it. Ronda Rousey has finally done it. She's finally come to WWE. She's finally a WWE superstar. And the weird thing is, and the thing that really is getting me is Ronda Rousey, which brand is Ronda Rousey a part of? Is she a part of Raw? Is she a part of SmackDown? I mean, I really want to know about this, because somebody tell me which brand she's a part of, because I don't think we had a clear answer. I don't think we had an answer to which brand Ronda Rousey is a part of. But if I don't know. What do you reckon, people? Do you reckon she should be on SmackDown? Do you reckon she should be on Raw? I mean, I don't even know who to decide right now. I mean, part of me thinks that maybe she might show up on Raw and then become a Raw superstar, and then again she could end up going to SmackDown and it ends up going after Charlotte and her championship. I mean, this is crazy. This is absolutely crazy. I did not expect this to happen. I didn't expect WWE to sign her this quick and to get her involved into the Royal Rumble. That is huge. Huge moment for WWE. But yeah, sorry if I'm going on a lot, but I just thought it was really surprising to see Ronda Rousey just show up out of nowhere and become the new, and like I said, becoming a new superstar in the WWE, who had recently signed that contract, and in fact it's even been confirmed she's going to be a full-time superstar in WWE. That is mental. Ronda Rousey is going to be here for the entire flipping time. So that means she'll be on my TV screen all year long. That is crazy. That is crazy in my mind. That is crazy just to think that, you know, Ronda Rousey will be on our TV screens pretty much all year, given the fact she's got a full-time contract just signed in. That's crazy. But anyway, so Ronda Rousey, now part of WWE. That's going to be something. That's going to be something for many WWE fans thinking, how on earth did WWE pull this one off? Well, it looks like it's happening now, isn't it? So, yep, it's official, my friends. Ronda Rousey is now a WWE superstar, and still can't get that out of my head. Still can't get it out. Anyway, so that's basically what we saw as part of the women's Royal Rumble match. But then we come to the men's Royal Rumble match, which is the final Royal Rumble match of the evening, the main Royal Rumble for the guys to take part in. So you're probably going to be wondering, was there any NXT stars who took part in the Royal Rumble that, you know, or came out as a surprise? Well, one surprise that came back was the Hurricane. Yes, the Hurricane made an unexpected return as part of the Royal Rumble, which is just incredible just to think that the Hurricane would make it a return. I mean, I didn't expect the Hurricane to show up, but you know what? It's great to see him back. Then, of course, we had the unexpected return of Rey Mysterio. Yes, 619 finally back in the room. Well, 619 finally back in WWE once again. It's great to see Rey Mysterio bringing the 619 back into the Royal Rumble. It's so cool to see that. And in fact, he's a previous Royal Rumble winner as well. So it's great to see him back. And I'm a bit curious of whether Rey Mysterio is actually going to be in the WWE, you know, whether he's staying in the WWE or if he's only here for the Royal Rumble. I don't know. But so yeah, this is going to be very interesting. So yeah. Anyway, so that is Rey Mysterio. Great to see Rey Mysterio back in the WWE. And of course, we had some NXT stars. We had the NXT champion Andre Enese Alomar. The NXT champion would finally make an appearance. And also, the ringleader of the Undisputed Era, Adam Cole, would actually be a part of the Royal Rumble as well, which is another unexpected surprise from the NXT brand who would take part in the Royal Rumble. But of course, after it was all said and done, there was one man who remained triumphant in the Royal Rumble, and that person was, of course, Shinsuke Nakamura, who, the sensation from NXT, would finally become a Royal Rumble winner this year. Can you imagine that? Shinsuke Nakamura, this new sensation of WWE, finally becoming a Royal Rumble winner, and he is going to WrestleMania, and he's made it quite clear he wants AJ Styles and the WWE Championship at WrestleMania. So I think the dream match is pretty much set, everyone. It looks like Shinsuke Nakamura will be facing AJ Styles at this year's WrestleMania, which is pretty big. Pretty big, if big match for SmackDown fans to see these two superstars collide at a WrestleMania. That's going to be really, really cool to watch. But we also had John Cena as well take part in the Royal Rumble. As expected, John Cena would take part in the 2018 Royal Rumble. Roman Reigns was in there, of course. I know a lot of people weren't going to be pleased to see Roman Reigns in the match, but either way, it was really nice to see. It was really cool to see Shinsuke Nakamura getting the opportunity to go to WrestleMania. This is his first Royal Rumble win in the company, and yeah, it's great to see a new fella, a new guy finally winning a Royal Rumble. So this is good to see that someone like Shinsuke Nakamura deserves a spotlight at WrestleMania, and this will be. And by the way, WrestleMania 34 is going to be his very first WrestleMania, so this will be a big moment for Shinsuke Nakamura, not only being in the main event, but also attending his very first WrestleMania match, which is going to be pretty cool for Shinsuke on when it takes place in April. That's right. Looking forward to seeing that in April when Shinsuke Nakamura hopes to become WWE champion at the grandest stage of them all, WrestleMania. So, with that said, of course, the countdown to WrestleMania has officially begun, my friends. Yes, we're pretty much 70 days and counting, or 69 days or counting, judging by the days we're in now. So we're not that far away from WrestleMania being upon us. So it's getting very close. It's getting closer by the day. And there's a lot of things to look forward to on the road to WrestleMania. We've got Ronda Rousey becoming a part of the company. We've got, well, like I said, Ronda Rousey is going to be a part of the WWE, and it's going to be incredible. It's going to be incredible to see all this happening at the Royal Rumble match. So, yeah, big things are coming for WWE, and it's going to be huge. It's going to be a huge year for Shinsuke Nakamura and for Asuka, hoping to win their first championships in the main roster heading to WrestleMania. So this is going to be a moment. It's going to be really, really cool. So there you go. That is pretty much the Royal. Like I said, that is the Royal Rumble this year, and of course the next pay-per-view is going to be Raw's Elimination Chamber pay-per-view. So, yep, the Elimination Chamber is back. And, of course, Monday Night Raw is going to be taking over the Elimination Chamber in Las Vegas, which is where the pay-per-view will be held next month on February 25th. Is when they'll be having the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view, where we'll find out who will be entering the Elimination Chamber for who knows? We might see an Elimination Chamber match for the Universal Championship. Who knows? Maybe we might see one for the Intercontinental Championship. You never know. So it's all possible who could be taking part in the Elimination Chamber match. And perhaps we'll have one for a number one contenders match inside the Elimination Chamber to find out who will face Brock Lesnar at WrestleMania for the Universal Championship, which I'm pretty sure, given the rumors that are hinting towards Roman Reigns facing Brock Lesnar, I wouldn't be surprised if they put Roman Reigns in an Elimination Chamber match just to get a match with Brock Lesnar. I wouldn't be surprised. But, yeah. So, hope you guys enjoyed the talk of the Royal Rumble. And, yeah, be sure to stay tuned as we're looking forward to... So yeah, like I said, this was a really big moment for the. Like I said, this was a big pay-per-view. So I hope you guys enjoy it, and I'll see you all in the next WWE Universe when we'll talk about Elimination Chamber, Raw's upcoming pay-per-view on when we celebrate Raw's first pay-per-view of 2018. So see you then.